Hi students, and welcome to today's live Ielts class. My name is Adrian and I'm streaming to you from beautiful British Columbia, the capital city, Victoria, here in Western Canada. I hope that all of you had a great week. I hope that you are all looking forward to a fantastic weekend. In this class, students, we are looking at an Ielts reading section. This reading section is taken from our academic Ielts exams. However, if you are a general Ielts student, this reading is also very useful because section 3 of the general Ielts reading is basically the same as the reading sections in the academic. So Ielts reading today about continental shift. Welcome to our subscribers, Harry Jot, Sumit, Domenico. Nice to see all of you here. This is a subscribers chat class. So to join this class, you should subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is a great idea. We are world leaders when it comes to preparing students for the Ielts exam, and you will get notifications of all of our live lessons. For our course material to be effective with these live classes, join our premium Ielts package at aehelp.com for academic Ielts, gieltshelp.com for general Ielts. Those websites are the companions to our live classes. Our academic Ielts web portal looks like this at aehelp.com. Simply click this big red button that's just above my head there to join the premium Ielts package. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. We are an IDP affiliate, a British Council partner, and an official Ielts test registration center. I'm a certified British Council Ielts agent. We know exactly what we are doing when it comes to Ielts. We have been leaders in this industry for the past 15 to 20 years. So we have helped thousands of students. For the academic Ielts, this is the website. For the general Ielts, it's this website with the green background. Click this red button there just above my head. You will see us use the websites today for our reading as well. And we will have another fun interactive part of this reading session also. So let's get into it a bit. For questions, just send me an email. Adrian at aehelp.com. We've got reading right now, and we've got 2 classes tomorrow as well. We've got speaking part 2, speaking part 3 tomorrow. And we have a really awesome light hall class on Sunday. I'll put that link. This is a free class that will be on Sunday, and I will put that link into the chat there so you can register. It's a free class that will be a full speaking section, part 1, 2, 3, and we will video audio chat with our students. Check out our latest release on YouTube. It is great. People are loving it. And it's there. We will have another companion video released later today, tomorrow for that video as well. All right. On the websites, don't forget to use the code TARGET9 for that 20% discount. Okay, everybody. So reading and question strategies. Today we're going to be looking at list of headings. We are going to be looking at true, false, not given. And we are going to be looking at completing sentence endings. We're looking at those 3 types of questions. And the first strategy is read the title and think about what you know. That's the first strategy. Again, this is coming from our website. This is our first exam, second passage. And here we have our list of headings, everybody. So list of headings questions. A lot of students find this type of question challenging basically you have to find the correct heading for each paragraph. So it's like finding the title for each paragraph. Of course, one paragraph, it's like this. So this is paragraph A. You have to figure out the title of the paragraph. And so before you start to read, you want to look at the title. You want to look at seismic shifts, silent drifts. What? Right? I mean, if I were sitting in the Ielts tomorrow and I got this title, I could figure out that it's about movement of continents, probably, because I remember learning about this in geography. But if this were in another language, even if I was really good at that language, I'd kind of be like, what? So if the title doesn't make a lot of sense, not a big deal, okay? So seismic shifts, silent drifts, what does that mean? Who knows? Well, let's figure it out, right? Let's try to understand it. So how do we do that, right? Because we want to think about the content before we read the passage. We want our brain to collect information to understand the reading much, much more, right? And Bipana Shan says, read the questions first. Yeah, Bipan, I agree. We can look at some of these questions to get a better idea, right? Okay. Yeah, Sanjay, we might have done this a long time ago. We have a couple of different passages on earthquakes, so bear with me. All right. So here we go. Let's look at the list of headings first of all. Okay. And then we can probably understand a little bit more of what's going on. So list of headings, you want to look at the title here of this list of heading and then understand as much as possible. So violent eruptions, magma, lava, and new islands. Okay, the first word that comes to my mind is volcano. Oops. All right. So, sure, volcano. I hope some of you thought about that. The destruction of Pompeii. So it sounds like a city is destroyed. Sure. Okay. Two continents become many. Two continents divide. Yeah, okay. So what I'm doing right now here, everyone, is I'm just thinking of what these list of headings could mean. Fossil evidence, proof from old bones. Okay, and I keep going through the list like this. Now in the real Ielts, I'm doing this inside my head as best as possible. If you're like, well, Adrian, that's great because you know that fossils means old bones that are petrified or turned to stone. But I don't know that. I don't know that in English. It's okay. It's okay not to know that in English. You don't have to know every word. You don't have to be able to paraphrase every word as much as you can, okay? When you're doing this at home, yeah, if you don't know the word fossil, look it up. Open up a dictionary, open up a thesaurus, see what it means, learn the word, right? I know many of you do that, and that's great. Okay, so Chai and Kip says maybe it's something about earthquakes. Yeah, earthquakes could be a part of that passage for sure, Chai and Kip. Adjacent continents, so continents that are opposite to each other. An intuitive notion, we could say like a clever idea or hypothesis. Okay. The Ring of Fire, that's a name, big R, big F. It's the name of a place, obviously. The invisible threat, the unseen danger. Yeah. Gondwana comes together. Gondwana joins. Sure. A hypothesis of unity and disunity, a theory of oneness and separation, a mechanism to match the theory as found, a system that works with the theory is discovered. So I'm just kind of thinking of different ways to say those. That's my first step for list of headings, okay? So whenever you're doing a list of headings, and when you see them, make sure that you read them before the passage. So read before the passage. And think of paraphrasing. As that's how it will be presented in the text, okay? So it's presented that way in the text, all right? So now we start to kind of understand a little bit more about this passage, right? It's going to be something about volcanoes, continents, movement of continents. We can go back and check some of the other questions. So let's look. Okay, so here we got true, false, not given. I'm not going to read those ones because if I'm reading not given information, that can even confuse me, like what the passage is about. So true, false, not given questions don't read before the passage, okay? Do not read before the passage because false and not given questions may confuse you, right? You're reading information that's not actually in the passage, so you're reading information that the passage is not about, okay? And then let's see what we have for completing sentence endings. So we've got questions 24 to 26. We have to complete these sentences. We've got plate tectonics result in mountains, volcanoes, and... Okay, so that I can read because that's going to be in the passage. Volcanoes result from the difference in. A tsunami can result from a slip in. All right. Now I've got 6 choices here. The choices, don't read them because, again, 3 of them are not included. They're false. They're confusing. So I don't read the choices. I don't know which ones are right, which ones are wrong. So only read the statements that are part of the passage and not the choices. So to put it simply, students, read question information that's in the passage. Do not read question information that is not in the passage. Does that make sense? Yeah? Everybody clear on that? So, yeah, so read the information in the questions that's in the passage. Don't read the information that is not in the passage, obviously, because your brain will get mixed up and it will confuse that information with the passage information, okay? All right, AC says, I'm going to be sitting the Ielts exam on Monday. Good luck with that, AC. Fingers crossed that you get a good score. Sarah says, thumbs up. That is clear. Okay. Bipana says, but sir, if we don't read the true, false, not given questions, then how do we know which paragraph we have to read in the whole passage? That's a very strange question, Bipana. You have to read the whole passage if you want to get a score 7 or more. If you are using just skim reading and scanning technique, that is bad, really bad, okay? You have to read the whole passage even if you do not understand the whole passage, all right? Here's the logic, Bipana. How do you know a question or a statement in true, false, not given is not given if you don't read the whole passage? The only way you can identify a not given answer is if you read the whole passage, right? Okay, but I will show you this, so don't panic, don't freak out, using the correct steps. Reading slow and steady wins the race, okay? That's the key. You read the whole passage and you read it step by step, understanding the passage, all right? Okay. So here we go, everybody. Now back to the title of the passage. Okay. So let's get back to the top here. Seismic shifts, silent drifts. Okay, this is going to be about the movement of continents, the movement of land. Great. Let's read the passage. So your next step is reading the passage. You should read the passage in about 8 minutes. If you can read the passage in 8 minutes, 9 minutes, you're golden. You should not need more than 10, 12 minutes to answer the questions correctly. If you are taking more than 12 minutes to answer the questions, you're not using good strategy. Okay, everybody? Now, to read the passage, again, we're going to use our website. So this is the reason I'm telling you that our website is the companion to our live classes. So we're going to do this together, and you will read with me here. So we go to aehelp.com. I go to my student account. I have the premium access, right, by clicking that big red button. So again, the way to access this reading material and audio is at aehelp.com. When you click that big red button there, and you join the premium course. Now, when you do that, then you go to your My Student account, and in your My Student account, you have computer-based practice exams, interactive course, tons more. You can even register for your IELTS exam, and you have audio CDs. This audio CD is CD 1, reading passage 1 right here. I know that's tiny, you can't see it, but here, let me, there it is, okay? So it's this one here. We're reading passage 2 right now. Okay, so it's audio CD 2. Okay, I'm going to start this and then read with this British speaker. This is really good practice. In the real IELTS exam, you do not have audio, but for our materials, we included the audio so that you can practice reading and you know the speed and the pronunciation. Here we go.
Continental drift and plate tectonics. When looking at a map of the world, it is natural to notice that Africa and South America seem to be able to fit together, as if they are two parts of a former whole. It was this insight which led Flemish cartographer Abraham Ortelius in 1596 to put forward for the first time the idea that at one period the continents were in different places than they are today. It would take over 300 years for the theory to be fully developed, and 50 years after that for the mechanism of the phenomena to be discovered. It was not until 1915 that German geologist Alfred Wegener proposed the continental drift theory, which states that the Earth's crust is made up of many sections that float slowly over the molten mantle and core of the Earth. Wegener argued that in the past the continents were all stuck together. He called this supercontinent Pangaea, which is Greek for all Earth. Wegener hypothesized that approximately 200 million years ago this supercontinent began to break up, and the pieces began to move away from each other. Initially, Pangaea divided into two parts, named Laurasia and Gondwana. Laurasia consisted of what is today North America, Asia and Europe, whilst Gondwana comprised modern-day South America, Africa and Australia. These supercontinents eventually split apart further, resulting in today's continental configuration. It is interesting to note that today's continental alignment is just that. Millions of years in the future, the Earth's continents will appear very different. Given enough time, it is possible that the Earth's land masses will return to a Pangaea-like unified state. The evidence for continental drift is plentiful. The most common evidence is the discovery of the same type of dinosaurs in extremely different locations. The same type of dinosaur fossil will be found in northeastern parts of South America as well as northwestern parts of Africa. The logical explanation for phenomena such as this is that at one time these parts of the world were not only connected but adjacent. The evidence for continental drift was discovered long before an explanation for it was found. It was during the 1960s that the theory of plate tectonics was developed. This new theory explained fully the nature of the Earth's crust, that it was broken up into many pieces that tended to smack into each other and pull apart from each other. In extreme cases, such as the Indian subcontinent, a plate's movement can be so severe that it causes massive mountains to be formed when the plates hit another. This is precisely what has happened over the past millions of years, when the Indian plate colliding with the Eurasian plate, in the process creating the Himalayas, which include the tallest mountain on Earth, Mount Everest. Plate tectonics are not only responsible for mountains and the movement of the continents, they are also responsible for volcanoes. Volcanoes usually result from one of the two plate configurations. They form in places where the plates are colliding, or where the plates are pulling apart. In the first case, the plates come together pushing against each other, causing friction and heat, which allows some of the crust material to melt, resulting in liquid magma. Because magma is less dense than the surrounding rock, it ends up rising to the surface, where it becomes a volcano. An example of this type of volcano is the famous Mount Vesuvius, which destroyed the city of Pompeii in 79 CE. The second type of volcano comes from divergent plates. These types tend to be underwater, as in the mid-oceanic ridges. Volcanic islands such as Iceland and Hawaii were formed by underwater volcanic activity, eventually spewing off enough matter to form land above the water. Of course, there is one final important result of plate tectonics: earthquakes. Earthquakes are perhaps the most terrifying of all natural disasters. They are practically invisible. They happen below the Earth's surface and have devastating results. Earthquakes happen along fault lines, places where two plates are colliding, diverging, or slipping past each other. In the case where the two plates are attempting to slip past each other, the most devastating earthquakes can occur. This is because friction does not allow the plates to pass each other until sufficient energy to counteract the resistance has been built up. So the two plates rub against each other for centuries or millennia until one day they finally slip. This slip is what results in a sudden catastrophic earthquake. If this slip occurs in the ocean, underneath the Earth's surface, it can cause a massive tidal wave known as a tsunami. If this slip occurs directly beneath a major city, massive destruction will result. There are many such cities at risk of these earthquakes, many of them along what is known as the Ring of Fire, surrounding the Pacific Ocean. These cities include Tokyo, San Francisco, Vancouver, and Santiago. Understanding plate tectonics reveals that it is not a question of if these major cities will get hit by an earthquake, it is only a question of when.
Okay, excellent.
The causes of the American economic crisis.
And there goes the next reading passage.
When discussing the causes of the late 2000s American...
Again, so all of the reading passages have audio on our website, which is really useful for learning, and it's great for these live classes as well. So you practice your reading. For a couple of the paragraphs there, I was doing a bit of a read-along. Now, if you're, to give you an example, now if you're reading 10% slower, 15% slower, that's okay as well. Anahita, the passages for academic IELTS and for section 3 of the general IELTS are between 650 to 800 words. Some are a little bit longer, some are a little bit shorter, but on average they come out to about 750 words. That gives you an idea of how long they are. Okay, so students, now what we're going to do is we're going to answer these list of headings questions. So the list of headings questions, the strategy to answer them correctly is to answer each one after each paragraph, okay? Now here the steps are A, read the paragraph and then ask yourself, what is this paragraph about? Then answer this question and find the matching heading. I'm going to show you an example of this, and then you will have a clear idea of how to do it. Okay? So here, if we jump back to our reading, and I read paragraph A, okay? So follow with me here. When looking at a map of the world, it is natural to notice, oh, wait a second, let's just go back and read the title. Reading the title is super important. So seismic shifts, silent drifts. And again, you can read with me. It's good to read and read again so that you build your fluency and comprehension. Here we go. When looking at a map of the world, it is natural to notice that Africa and South America seem to be able to fit together, as if they are two parts of a former whole. It was this insight which led Flemish cartographer Abraham Ortelius in 1596 to put forward for the first time the idea that at one period the continents were in different places than they are today. It would take over 300 years for the theory to be fully developed, and 50 years after that for the mechanism of the phenomenon to be discovered. Okay, so here I ask myself, what is this paragraph about? And I answer this question. And my answer here is, it is about a clever realization that continents fit together like puzzle pieces. Okay? So I hope most of you got somewhat of a similar idea, right? So it's about this clever realization that continents fit together like puzzle pieces. They're kind of like, well, yeah, Africa, South America, they kind of make this heart shape. So they fit together, right? Okay. So I go back and I look at my possible choices of the headings and see which one is this clever idea that continents fit together. Violent eruptions, magma lava, volcano, not so much. The destruction of Pompeii, definitely no. Two continents become many, fossil evidence, no. Adjacent continents, okay, an intuitive notion, a clever idea, a hypothesis, that looks great. The Ring of Fire, the invisible threat, no. Gondwana comes together, not so much. A hypothesis of unity and disunity, a mechanism. Okay, I am very confident at this point that VI, or Roman numeral 6, is the correct answer. So my answer sheet, I put in VI, and I move on because I'm confident that that's what it is, right? So it's a clever idea, a hypothesis, and that matches what I said. So what is this paragraph about? It's about this clever idea. Here we can see it's this insight, right, that led Flemish cartographer. It's natural to notice that Africa and South America fit together, okay? The first time the idea, okay, it's 300 years for the theory, okay? So look at that. I mean, we basically have the word notion paraphrased 3 different times, right? Okay, everybody sees that? Yeah? So that matches, that makes sense, okay? That's how we do it. Now, you're going to get a chance to do this as well. And the way that we are going to interact is through the website, everybody. So for paragraph B, one of you hopefully will help me to do this. So the way we will interact is through the website. Gives us a great chance for interaction. The way that we do this is you go to aehelp.com, and this is free, students. You do not need to pay. This is all free for you at this point. But if you want to be super efficient, you should get access to our premium course. So go to aehelp.com, click on your My Student account, click on Student Partner Speaking. When the browser says, can this website use your microphone? Say yes, otherwise we can't talk to each other. And then you will see me in there. I will be master. You will see me in a minute, and then just write, I want to volunteer. And then you can read and we can talk and we can help everybody understand strategy here. Okay, Carolina is helping us by giving instructions in the chat. So if you look in the chat, Carolina has given you the link. And you can go and log in. So once you log in at aehelp.com, you will see these buttons here on the right, and we're using this one here, Student Partner Speaking. That's just right up there, okay? You click on that. You accept that you're going to be polite and respectful, professional. And then you will see a list of students. So you see Alexander, Islambek, Shahrux, Domenico, Yash, Anirban, Ahmed, Rifki, Jihun. So now you will see me as well, and you will see me as master. Okay, that will be my handle. And you just click the blue envelope to say, hey, I want to volunteer. Can I try? And then we will engage with each other. Right now we can see that Ahmed right here, you'll see Ahmed has volunteered. So let's see what Ahmed's doing. Yes, Ahmed, you can try. Are you ready? And we will do these list of headings together. So yes, of course. Are you ready, Ahmed? Make sure that you are connected. Make sure you have a good internet connection. This is a chat interface. If you're using YouTube and chat, you need a good internet connection, okay? All right, Ahmed.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Ahmed. How are you?
Hello, hi, Mr. Adams.
Where are you calling from, Ahmed?
I'm from Egypt.
From Egypt. Are you in Cairo?
No, sir. This is my second time I talk with you. It was Mohammed before, but I changed my name.
Ah, you changed your name. Okay, well, that'll throw a curveball for me. Also, I meet a lot of students, Ahmed, so I don't always know who's from where, and it helps other students to kind of be like, hey, I'm from Egypt too. Ahmed, are you ready?
No, sir. I am... yes, sir.
Okay, awesome. Let's do this. So let's read. We're going to do this next list of headings. Okay, so Ahmed, whenever you're ready, read from paragraph B here at the top. It was not until. So go ahead and read this paragraph. Pay attention to the meaning.
Okay, sir. It was not until 1915 that German geologist Alfred Wegener proposed the continental drift theory, which stated that the Earth's crust is made up of many sections that float slowly over the molten mantle and curve of the Earth. Wegener argued that in the past the continents were all stuck together. He called this supercontinent Pangaea, which is Greek for all Earth. Wegener hypothesized that approximately 200 million years ago, this supercontinent began to break up and the pieces began to move away from each other.
Okay, So now, Ahmed, you ask yourself, for the list of headings, you ask yourself, what is this paragraph about? So just repeat after me. What is this paragraph about?
It's about German geologist, and he has a theory.
Okay. Good. So it's about a geologist who has a theory. Very good. For this continental movement, right?
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, great. Now, let's try to figure out which of the list of headings, and notice the strategy here, Ahmed. So I'm asking you first to think about it on your own and then look at the choices. Never look at the choices first. Always think first on your own and then look at the choices. That's very important. Is that clear? Ahmed, are you still with me?
Yeah.
Okay, it's clear. All right, do you know why? Do you know why it's important to think about it first on your own and then the choices?
Yes, sir.
It's so that it's not confusing, right? So the choices don't confuse you. Okay, tell me which one of these matches from the choices. So here we have the choices: violent eruptions, volcanoes, the destruction of Pompeii, two continents become many, fossil evidence, adjacent continents, intuitive notion, ring of fire, the invisible threat, Gondwana comes together, a hypothesis of unity and disunity, a mechanism to match the theory is found. Which one of these is the closest to what you said?
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know.
Well, think about it. Keep it simple. So here, when you said, okay, what is this paragraph about? You said it's about a geologist who has a theory for this continental movement, right? So a big word here is this word theory, right? Do you see that word in any of these choices?
The destruction of... I think it's... two continents become... No.
I think you're getting a little bit of help in the chat as well. Well, look, we can see the word theory here in choice number 11. So this could be a good one. And we also see it here because hypothesis is kind of like theory as well. Okay. So we want to look at these two carefully. Okay, a mechanism to match the theory is found. A mechanism means like the system. Now, I don't remember reading about this system, and I didn't say in the answer, or you didn't say in the answer, system. So number 10, a hypothesis of unity and disunity. So what does unity mean? Unity means together. Disunity means apart, right? So if I look at this paragraph again, okay, then I can see that here he says that there's this all earth, which is unity, it's one, okay? And he says we're all stuck together. Again, that means unity, it's all one, okay? And then here we can see move away from each other. So that means break apart. So here, it's the continental drift theory, which is the hypothesis that it's together and that it's moving apart. So now I can choose X and I know that it's correct. And surprise, surprise, this is actually the example that's given to us by the exam. In the exam, they always give you an example for the list of headings to help you. And if you can figure out the example, that means you're thinking correctly. Okay, Ahmed? Does that make sense?
Yeah, Mr. Adrian. I'm sorry I didn't give you a full answer
You gave me a great answer, Ahmed. Your answer was great. The only
No,
step
no,
that you were missing is matching. Is the matching part.
I always watching you, and students always give you a good answer.
You gave me a great
Yeah,
answer. When I asked you what the paragraph is about, Ahmed, you told me that it's a geologist's theory. So you had enough information for 10 and 11.
I didn't focus with you because I was listening to YouTube and the website. So I didn't.
Make sure that when you are interacting with me, mute YouTube. So you want to click on the little speaker on YouTube and then silence YouTube while you're talking. And that way you don't get double voice, double sound. Okay?
This is my second time I speak with you, and I always try to practice with you in the speaking section.
Yeah,
but
keep it up, Ahmed. Keep it up. Practice makes perfect. That's what you have to keep doing. Okay, so you're on the right track. Keep coming back. Keep practicing. Ahmed, thank you so much for helping me with paragraph B, and keep volunteering. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay.
Have a nice day in Egypt. Bye, Ahmed.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Okay, give Ahmed a thumbs up, guys. That was great. He's brave. He's doing it. That's how we learn, okay? We're all born learners. None of us have the information in our head, and this is how we do it. And again, Ahmed, I think you did a great job identifying the topic of the paragraph. Okay, let's take another person to read here. Let's see if Sarah is ready, just underneath Ahmed here. Are you ready? All right. Good day to you as well, Sarah. Would you like to read a paragraph? Are you still there? Yes, good. Let's reach out to Sarah. Let's keep rolling forward, okay? Thanks for all the thumbs up, everybody. Hi, Sarah.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Sarah, are you reading every day in English?
I'm trying to. It's a bit hard, but I'm trying to do my best.
Remember what Master Yoda said in Star Wars, and I mean the original Star Wars. Master Yoda says, do or do not, there is no try. So do or do not, there is no try. No, you just have to really, for reading, you just have to do it. You just have to read, and this is for advice for everybody. Reading is fun, it's great. It's not as difficult as people think. You just have to sit down, close your door, forget about the world, open a book, and read for an hour. Okay, Sarah, let's do it now. So can you read paragraph C for me whenever you're ready? Just read from initially Pangaea divided. Okay,
yes.
Whenever you're ready.
Yes. Initially, Pangaea divided into two parts, named Laurasia and Gondwana. Laurasia consisted of what is today North America, Asia, and Europe, whilst Gondwana comprised modern-day South America, Africa, and Australia. These supercontinents eventually split apart further, resulting in today's continental configuration. It is interesting to note that today's continental alignment is just that. Millions of years in the future, the Earth's continents will appear very different. Given enough time, it is possible that the Earth's land masses will return to a Pangaea-like unified state.
Excellent. Now, ask yourself, repeat after me, what is this paragraph about?
What is this paragraph about? This paragraph about the two continents, the old two continents name.
What is it about? It's about the old two continents.
Is it?
Yeah, say that one more time. So the paragraph is about the old two continents doing what?
Disunited?
Disuniting? Sure. Whatever. It's not really a word, but we'll take it. Disuniting. Okay. I think it might be a word. Yeah, see, disuniting. Microsoft Word's telling me that's a word. I don't really hear it often, but it's good. Yeah. So this paragraph is about the old two continents disuniting. I will take that, Sarah. That is a good answer. Okay.
I invented a word.
You invented a word, but it's actually not an invention. I think it's actually a word, but we just don't use it often, which is fine. That's great. Okay, it works. The idea works. It's good. Okay, match it. Match it to the correct heading. So, number 1, violent eruptions. 2, the destruction of Pompeii. 3, two continents become many. Fossil evidence. 4, 5, adjacent.
It's a 3.
Yeah. What? Which one?
It's a 3.
It's 3. So you're like, okay, that's basically exactly what you said. Two old continents disuniting, right? That matches.
Like, match so much.
Matches a lot. It's like 100% match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, in the real IELTS, though, make sure you do read or look at all of the choices, because sometimes there can be one that's even better. Okay, but in this case, you're right. It is the right one. It's nearly a perfect match. When it's like a perfect match like that, you can be pretty sure that you've got the right answer, but still read them all just to be safe. Okay. All right.
Yes.
So you put in a Roman numeral 3, and you should use the same as what they write. So you should use I like that if it's small. And then you've got the correct answer. Perfect. That's exactly how you solve a list of headings question. Now, just a quick tip, Sarah, and this is Ahmed for you as well. So Ahmed, who was reading paragraph B. When you're reading and you find a difficult word like Laurasia and Gondwana, so names, in the real IELTS exam, just read through them. Don't let them slow you down, or don't let them break your flow. Okay, flow is very important for comprehension. So don't let these words break your flow, even in your silent inside voice. Just kind of read through the word. Does that make sense, what I'm telling you there?
It does.
Now, an extra step when you're practicing at home, what you want to do when you read difficult words is you want to read them twice loudly. So pronounce them: Laurasia, Gondwana, comprised. And any word that you think might be breaking your flow, supercontinents, you read it twice, nice and loud, so you can hear it. And then you read the paragraph again nice and fast. Initially, Pangaea divided into 2 parts, named Laurasia and Gondwana. Laurasia consisted of what is today North America, Asia, and Europe, whilst Gondwana comprised modern-day South America. So you read it nice and fast, and that builds your skill to be super fluent when you're reading. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay, that's kind of a unique type of practice to build fluency, because reading fluency and reading comprehension, you can practice them separately and then put the two together to maximize your reading skills. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. We've got a lot more on that in a section of the course, in the premium course called Power Reading. So if you have it, Sarah, check that out. Okay?
Yes. Thank you.
Cool. Sarah, thank you so much for reading, and good job on the answer.
Great. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks. You too. Bye, Sarah. All right. That was Sarah from France. Maria says, I want to practice. Maria, are you in here? Maria is one of our newer members. Maria, where are you in our list? I don't see you. If you're using a different name, let me know. Okay. Let me know. Let's reach out to Alejandra. I think maybe a new volunteer for us. So Alejandra, are you ready? Help me out with paragraph D here today. Okay. Alejandra, Alejandra is ready. Okay, here we go. Hello, Alejandra.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, sir?
I am doing super. Thank you for asking. Alejandra, where are you calling from?
I'm from Colombia.
From
In
Colombia.
Colombia, Cartagena.
Cartagena. I have no idea where that is, but Carolina might know where Cartagena is in Colombia. Right, Carolina? Carolina, our chat moderator, is Colombian as well.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Alejandra, why are you taking IELTS?
Because I am trying to go studying abroad. I am planning to go Canada next year.
For studying. Awesome. What will you study?
Business. I plan to study business.
Good,
Business
good.
administration.
Yeah, there's a lot of successful Canadian businesses. It's a good place for it. Okay, Alejandra, whenever you're ready, I've pulled up the passage. Just read paragraph D for us.
All right. The evidence for continental drift is plentiful. The most common evidence is the discovery of the same type of dinosaurs in extremely different locations. The same type of dinosaur fossil will be found in northeastern parts of South Africa as well as northwestern part of Africa. The logical explanation for phenomena such as this is that at one time these parts of the world were not only connected but adjacent.
Awesome. So repeat after me. What is this paragraph about?
What is this paragraph about?
Okay, good. And it's important to ask that question, like even in the real IELTS exam, when you have this list of headings, really just stop for a quick second after the paragraph and in your head go, okay, what is, like verbalize it in your head. What is this paragraph about? And then give yourself a full answer. One sentence, not too much, but a full answer. So what is this paragraph about, Alejandra?
I think that this paragraph, the first sentences tell me that it's about continental drift, but about the evidence of continental drift, because they found the same types of dinosaurs.
Okay, so simplify, Alejandra, simplify. That was like another paragraph. It's like a whole paragraph of the paragraph. You want just one simple sentence. So this paragraph is about the evidence of dinosaurs?
Yes.
For continental drift?
Of dinosaurs. It's about the evidence of dinosaurs, I think.
Okay, I like it. Good. Now, match it up. So, 1, violent eruptions. 2, the destruction of Pompeii. 3, 2 continents. 4, fossil evidence. 5.
I think it is fossil evidence.
Okay, good. So you think it's fossil evidence. That's great. Same advice as I gave to Sarah. Still go over the rest of them just to make sure. Adjacent continents, intuitive notion, ring of fire, invisible threat. Gondwana comes together, a hypothesis, a mechanism. After reading all of them, are you still confident it's fossil evidence?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're right.
Evidence dinosaurs.
Yeah, it is. It's dinosaur bones, right? Good.
Sure.
Yeah, and you've got the right answer. So that's how you do it. Okay, that's the trick. So once you do this, and when we train IELTS candidates the correct way to answer these reading passages, a lot of people go, oh yeah, like I used to get 1 or 2 correct in list of headings. Now I get them all correct. So fantastic. That's really great. Okay. And that's how it goes. That was really nice reading. Your reading speed is enough, Alejandra. Make sure that you are reading the passage in your IELTS exam. Don't just skim read. Only skim reading is not an effective way to answer these questions. Okay, skim reading is helpful, but not the only way. So read the passage, answer with good strategy. Okay.
All right.
All right. You're very welcome. Alejandra, have a great day in Colombia. Make sure to come back and volunteer more, okay?
All right, I will. Thank you.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
Thank you. Bye. Okay, got a bit of a frog in my throat. There we go. Cleared that out. Now we've got some more volunteers here. Let's jump back to the top here. Alexander has been waiting so patiently. Alexander, are you ready? And students, always give thumbs up to each other and encourage each other, because I know it's kind of scary to be reading for the world in another language and putting yourself out there. So thumbs up. Alexander, if you have been patient enough, there we are. Alexander's still with us. Good. Hanging in there. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, Alexander. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How about you?
I am doing good. Is this Alexander from Moscow, Russia?
Exactly, sir.
All right, I got it. Yeah, you volunteered a couple of times and I recognized the name.
Thank you for having me.
A lot of people, there are a lot of Alexanders in the world. So, most notably Alexander the Great, right? One of the most important historical figures in Greek history. Alexander, read this paragraph for me. So we're just going through it step by step. Whenever you're ready, start with the evidence for.
The evidence for continental drift was discovered long before an explanation for it was found. It was during the 1960s that the theory of the plate tectonics was developed. This new theory explained fully the nature of the Earth's crust, that is broke up into many pieces that tended to smack into each other and pull apart from each other. In extreme cases, such as the Indian subcontinent, a plate's movement can be so severe that it causes massive mountains to be formed when the plate hits another. This is precisely what has happened over the past millions of years, with the Indian plate colliding with the Eurasian plate. In the process creating the Himalayas, which include the tallest mountain on Earth, Mount Everest.
Awesome. Alexander, repeat after me. What is this paragraph about?
This paragraph about collision of plates which created mountains.
Okay. All right. Now repeat after me. What is this paragraph about?
What is this paragraph about?
Never skip that step. Always, you want to really, it seems like, like it's unimportant, but it is an important step in this process. So what is this paragraph about? And you said it's about the movement of plates.
Right. It's about movement of plates.
Movement of plates. Okay, good. Pay attention whenever you're thinking about what a paragraph is about. Alexander, always really pay attention to the topic sentence or sentences, especially in body paragraphs, okay? Because body paragraphs, the way they're structured is you have topic sentence, explanation, and example. Okay, and it's no different in this case. In this case, we have that very, very clearly that we have the topic sentence. Okay, we have an explanation, which is here. It's just like what I teach you to do in task 2. Have you watched some of the task 2 writing classes?
I think not yet.
Okay, when I'm teaching task 2 and I'm teaching students to write the body paragraphs, this is what I teach them. Topic sentence, followed by an explanation, followed by an example. Okay, and here the example is this whole second part here, the Indian subcontinent. Okay. Now, what the paragraph is about is usually the topic sentence, okay? Now, you have to be careful because there are other styles of writing where this changes, but in most situations, it's this structure of topic sentence, explanation, example. And the topic sentence is what it's about. It introduces the paragraph. So here, we're talking about the movement of plates. And if I want to be a bit more accurate, I might say that it's the theory of plate tectonics, right? The movement of plates, the theory of plate tectonics, right?
Right.
Okay. Now I can match. So take a look at the choices. Which one of these matches that the movement of plates, the theory of plate tectonics? So violent eruptions, destruction of Pompeii, 2 continents become many, fossil evidence, adjacent continents, intuitive notion, ring of fire, invisible threat, Gondwana comes together, hypothesis of unity, disunity, or mechanism to match the theory as found.
Probably a mechanism to match the theory as found.
And your probably is the absolutely. So It's 10. Yes. If you have the probably, you have the absolutely in most cases. So be confident, choose it, and go on. Okay. Absolutely. Yeah. It's number 11, XI, and you mark it and you move on. One of the very common mistakes that students make is they accidentally look at the example. So they see that, the paragraph has information about the Indian subcontinent and the Himalayas, and then there's a choice like the formation of the Himalayas, and then they choose that one. That would be incorrect because that's not what the paragraph is about. That's just an example of what the paragraph is about. Okay?
Like evidence of historic theory, right? Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just giving that advice not only to you but to everybody, because that's one of the most common mistakes is people will choose an example instead of the topic. So be always careful about that. But here you got it correct, Alexander, so that was super. Awesome. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
All right. We'll talk later, Alexander.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too. Bye. That was great. That was good. So Alexander did a good job there. Pay attention to topic sentences, everybody. All right. Prabhadeep. Let's see if Prabhadeep is here. Prabhadeep says, it's my first time. Sure you can. Sure. Are you ready? So Prabhadeep here, hopefully, will help us out with the next paragraph. Carolina, thank you for the thumbs up for supporting Alexander's bravery. Here we go. Again, everybody, we're using our website, so use the website.
Hello.
Hi, Prabdeep. How are you?
Sir, I'm fine. What about you?
I am doing fantastic. Prabdeep, are you calling from India?
So I'm calling from India.
You are? What part of India?
Agra, in Uttar Pradesh.
Uttar Pradesh. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So Prabdeep, it's your first time. Great. Good
Yes,
for
sir.
you for being confident and getting in there. That's great. So read paragraph F for us whenever you're ready. From here, plate tectonics are from that point. Go for it whenever you're ready.
Plate tectonics are not only responsible for mountains and the movement of the continents, they are also responsible for volcanoes. Volcanoes usually result one of two plate configurations. They form in places where the plates are colliding or where the plates are pulling apart. In the first case, the first case, the plates come together, pushing against each other, causing friction and heat, which allows some of the crust material to melt. The result in liquid magma because magma is less dense than the surrounding rock. It ends up rising to the surface where it becomes a volcano. An example of this type of volcano is the famous Mount Vesuvius, which destroyed the city of Pompeii in 79 CE. The second type of volcano comes. Sir, can you scroll down? From divergent plates. These types tend to be underwater, as in the mid-oceanic ridges. Volcanic islands such as Iceland and Hawaii are formed by underwater volcanic activity, eventually spewing off enough matter to form land above the water.
Fantastic. Repeat after me. What is this paragraph about? Just repeat me. What is this paragraph about? Are you still there, Prabdeep? Prabdeep, did I lose you? All right, well, the question, if I don't hear Prabdeep's voice, the question goes out to everybody in the chat. And I'm watching the chat. I'm watching all of you here. See, there you all are. What is this paragraph about? Give me a nice answer. I should hopefully see the same word coming up again and again. Anahita. Let's see if we can see the same word coming up over and over. Anahita says volcanoes. Masala says volcanoes. Arch actually put a little mountain picture in their emoji. Volcanoes. Corlo says volcanoes. All right. Arjun says eruption of volcanoes. We're getting a lot of volcanoes. Oh, there's the volcano emoji by ConnectNep. Very nice. Okay, fantastic. Good. So let's match it then, students. Here we have violent eruptions, magma, lava, and new islands, which I paraphrased as volcano. Is that a good choice? Magma, lava, new islands, violent eruptions, volcano. Okay. Yeah, Ritik says yes. Anahita says yes. I agree, everybody. That is a good choice. And when we read all the choices, we do realize that it is choice number 1, right? Paraphrasing, volcanoes. Yeah, it's about volcanoes, okay? Let's not overcomplicate. Okay, that was good. We've got one more to go here. Let's do it. One more list of headings question anyway. Okay, Prabdeep, I don't hear you anymore. I'm not sure what happened. Internet connection lost, but you were doing a great job reading, and I have a feeling that you would have gotten this correct. So good for you. We'll talk again soon. Bye for now. All right, that was Prabdeep. We somehow lost audio, but that's all good. All right, let's take somebody else here. Let's take someone from the bottom of the list. You know, sometimes I think people are like, "Oh, he's never gonna pick me because I'm so low." Romelia, what a great name, Romelia. It's my first time. I'm tempted to become a member. May I read? Romelia, sure. Are you ready? Becoming a member is a good idea. Joining the website is even a better idea. Doing both is the best idea. Romelia, are you ready to do this? Yeah, become a member, subscribe to the YouTube channel, get notifications, know when these classes are happening, use our course. You will improve your English communication and IELTS score. Romelia, if you're still here, we need your help for the next paragraph. There you are. Okay, let's do this.
Hello.
Hi, Romelia.
Hello. Hi.
How are you doing?
Not bad. It's my first time here.
Good, good. Where are you calling from?
I'm from Romania.
From Romania. I was going to guess that, but I didn't want to be too cliche because your name is Romelia. And I was like, is it Romelia from Romania?
Romelia from Romania, yeah. I have to tell you, I'm kind of a Cambridge student. So it's my first contact with the Nile task. But
yeah, and I did, like I said, I didn't want to be too cliche and then insult you and be like, just because my name is Romelia, I'm not, so I was like, okay, I'm not going to say Romelia from Romania, but I would have been right. Okay, very good. I have Hungarian roots, so you're just south of my home country of Hungary. Okay, Romelia, help me out here then with this reading. Let's jump over to the passage, and we've got paragraph F coming up. But no, sorry, we've got paragraph G coming up. So whenever you're ready, start reading from of course.
Yeah. If I can see.
Mm-hmm. It's coming. So whenever you're ready, of course, there is one final important result from there.
But what happened?
If you have YouTube open, the live stream, you should still see it.
Oh, I have open, but okay. From which?
From G, from of course, there is one final important result.
I only can see from. Yeah, gee, wait, very. Oh, okay. Of course, there is one final important result of plate tectonics earthquakes. Earthquakes are perhaps the most terrifying of all natural disasters. They are practically invisible. They happen below the Earth's surface and have devastating results. Earthquakes happen along fault lines, places where two plates are colliding, diverging, or slipping past each other. In that case, where the two plates are attempting to slip past each other, the most devastating earthquake can occur. This is because friction does not allow the plates to pass each other until sufficient energy to. But I can't see because of your hand.
It's moving.
Can I move? Yeah.
No, I'm moving it. I'm moving it. I'm moving it. Don't worry.
Bury me because I'm not familiar with the.
It'll move. It'll move. It's okay. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. I'm the only one that can move the screen, so just wait for it. Can you see it now? Maybe there's a lot of lag between us, but that's okay. Romania, even if you don't see it, it's totally fine. You can already tell what the paragraph is about. Now, I don't...
Yeah, it's something about in the aftermath of the devastating earthquake.
Okay, yeah, exactly. So keep it simple. Keep it simpler than that. So repeat after me. What is the paragraph about?
What is the paragraph about?
Okay, now answer that in a very simple way from what you read so far.
The consequence of the earthquake.
Okay, so even simpler, it's about earthquakes, right? But let's say the result of earthquakes. Yeah, so earthquakes would be the easiest answer, but the result of earthquakes from continental movement. Right? So that would be the simplest. Or even just really simple, and if you can, even one word here is earthquakes. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go up to the choices. You will see these choices on the screen, and I will read them for you as well. And then tell me which one is the best match for earthquakes. Okay. So 1, violent eruptions. 2, the destruction of Pompeii. 3, 2 continents become many. 4, fossil evidence. 5, adjacent continents. 6, an intuitive notion. 7, the ring of fire. 8, the invisible threat. 9, Gondwana comes together. 10, a hypothesis of unity-disunity. Or 11, a mechanism to match the theory as found. Which one of these do you think is the closest match to the concept of the earthquake?
Maybe the first one, but I'm not sure.
First one was volcano, violent eruptions, lava, new islands. And we just chose that one for the last paragraph, so be careful. This one's a little bit tricky because you have to think outside the box. So you have to keep your imagination open here. But if you're careful, it's there. And a lot of people in the chat, if you're watching the chat, a lot of people did choose the correct answer. They're realizing that, oh yeah, that's an earthquake.
I'm sorry, by the way.
Okay. Can you see the answer? Can you see the chat? That will help you.
Yeah. I have a look at the options. Maybe the mechanism to
Alexander chose that for
the invisible trap.
That's right. So some of these questions, they're testing for the band 9. And when IELTS is testing for band 9, they're not just testing your English. So they're not just testing, do you know this word or do you know this grammar? But they're also testing how you think. Like, are you able to figure out that an invisible threat, in fact, is an earthquake? Right? So you just have to really pay extra attention, and especially for those last couple questions, give it an extra bit of logic and an extra bit of rationalizing, and then you realize that, oh yeah, that's an earthquake. because earthquakes are invisible threats, right?
That's a fact.
Yeah, yeah, they're under the ground. We don't see them coming. And I know that there was a really weird earthquake in Croatia in 2020. So about 2 years ago, I think. And I know that in Hungary, people felt it. And I'm pretty sure in Romania, people felt it as well. There was like a 7.4 in Croatia, and people, they thought in Croatia there should be no earthquakes, but there was an earthquake. It was the invisible threat, right? Everybody was surprised.
Yeah.
So, and the correct answer here is VII. Yeah, unfortunately, earthquakes are very scary. We don't know much about them.
And as you have noticed, I'm terrible at reading, and it's my weakness.
You're not horrible at reading. No, you're not at all. You were very fluent. Your speed is more than enough to read all the content. Just make sure to visualize and really pay attention to coherence, okay? But your fluency, your reading fluency, your speed is absolutely fantastic. So no need to worry about that, okay, Romelia?
Okay.
All right, Romelia, thank you for volunteering. It's a first time for a few people.
Too.
Yeah, so have a great rest of your day and come back again. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Bye for now, Romelia.
Bye-bye.
All right, that was Romelia doing a great job. Very nice fluency. So students, when you can read nice and fast like Romelia, if you feel like you're having trouble getting answers correct, then you need to focus on comprehension, not reading faster, but just understanding more, okay? And there are lots of strategies and tips to do that on the website as well. Okay, list of headings. Yes, there are definitely some good strategies for list of headings. I will show you quickly for one of them how to do this. So number 20, list of headings. We finished list of headings. We're on to true, false, not given. So true, false, not given. Thanks for the thumbs up, by the way, everybody. True, false, not given. Number 20, it took over 350 years for the theory and mechanism of continental drift to be fully developed. Is it important to know about the theory and mechanism of continental drift for this paragraph? Yes, it is, so it is given. Is it true that it took 350 years for the theory and mechanism? I'm not sure, but because I know about the list of headings, I know that this is in the beginning, and I can check. So here, I'm looking and I'm skim reading. Oh, there's 300 years. Okay, but that's at 350 years. Okay, when I skim read, I have to be careful because if you're only skim reading, you're going to get a lot of answers wrong. Students, just skim reading gets you wrong answers, okay? So here it says it would take over 300. Always read the full sentence. Okay, read the full sentence. This is the full sentence here. All right? So it would take over 300 years for the theory to be fully developed and 50 years after that for the mechanism of the phenomenon to be discovered. Tricky, tricky. So we have a little bit of math here. 300 plus 50 equals 350. Okay. So it's true. That's right, Sarah. Yes. So careful. Okay. Skim reading, very dangerous for these reasons. You have to read. You have to pay attention. It's academic IELTS. It's not just IELTS. It's not just an English exam. It's academic IELTS, but even for the general IELTS, you have to think, okay? So here it's true. All right, so using the same logic, everybody, let's see how you do for these next questions, okay? It's not false, Govinda, it's true, because it will take 350 years for the theory and mechanism. The and is the plus sign here. So that's your plus sign. And mechanism. Theory, 300. Mechanism, plus 50. So the total is 350. So the answer is correct. It's a true point here. Okay. All right. So answer is true. So be very careful. Okay, skim reading, not enough. Number 21, the Earth's crusty shell is made up of plates which float slowly across the ocean. Let's go to this one here. We're using this really cool piece of software, so we can check this out. So I don't know why it's why is it giving me that? Should be just true, false, not given here. Okay, so we're getting some not givens. We're getting some I'm planning to go to Australia. So here we're just true, false, not given. Let me just go back there and see how you're doing. A lot of you are saying not given. I don't like those answers, students. Garam says false. Well, again, first of all, the Earth's crusty shell is made up of plates which float slowly across the ocean. Is it important to know about the shell of the Earth in this paragraph? Yes, it's continental drift, right? We have to know about this for this paragraph, for this passage, I should say. So it's definitely true or false. Is it true that the Earth's crusty shell floats across the ocean? No, that's false. Okay, the ocean is on top of the plate, everyone. Plates are huge. Okay? They're not, so Africa or Asia or Europe, it's not floating on the ocean. Come on, you know this. It's middle school information. That would be kind of weird if we're all living on these floating islands. They're not floating islands. The ocean is on top of the plate, right? So it's false. All right, let's try this one. There is significant evidence that India was once attached to Antarctica. So number 22, let's try the power pull on this one. Hopefully it will work. This one, let's try it. Yeah. Okay, we've got a not given, we've got a true. We've got more not givens and NGs. Yeah. Not given seems to be the biggest one. So I'm looking at this, everyone here. I'm looking at these. Okay, you can see that the not given seems to be the most popular. And if you answered not given, good for you. Not given is the correct answer here. Okay. All right. Not given. Yeah. Too much detail. It doesn't talk about India. It talks about the Indian subcontinent and the moving, but it doesn't talk about Antarctica. So this information is not given. Good for you if you got that. Okay. Last one here. Mount Everest is a result of the collision between the Eurasian and Himalayan plates. Pay careful attention. Is that important? Is it important to know how these mountains got created by the crashing of plates? Yes. I remember the passage giving us examples of plate tectonics. So yes, it's important. Is it true that Eurasian and Himalayan plates crashed together? Let's see if that's what we have here. Let's see what you answer for that. So here's our power poll again. Well, we've got a lot of falses. It's good. I like seeing a lot of falses. I don't know about the yes, but I definitely like seeing that it's false. False is correct because there's no such thing as a Himalayan plate. It's the Indian plate, the Indian subcontinent, right? So it's the wrong name for the plate. It's the Himalayan mountains. The Himalayas are not a plate. They're a mountain range. So false is the correct answer. Good for you. So see, a lot of students are paying good attention or close attention to the information. So that was a false. Okay, so the strategy for true, false, not given is it important? If it's important, it's given. And then you have to figure out if it's true or false. Pay careful attention to the details. Okay. So the correct answers here were true, false, not given, and false. Now we have 3 more questions left, students. Plate tectonics result in mountains, volcanoes, and number 25, volcanoes result from the difference in. Number 26, a tsunami can result from a slip. You have 6 choices, A, B, C, D, E, and F. I would love to get your answers to these last 3 questions, completing these sentences with the correct choice from those 6. And you can send me your answers to those last 3 questions to my email, and I will let you know if you got them correct. You can send it here, adrian@aehelp.com. Okay. And then, of course, remember that all of this material, the reading audio, the chat interface, that was all coming from our website at aehelp.com for academic IELTS and gieltshelp.com for general IELTS. So if you like these live classes, if you want to improve quickly, definitely sign up for our premium IELTS packages by going to our website and clicking on the big red button that's right above my head here. Again, it's a one-time payment for lifetime access, so it's very good for learning. For general IELTS, check out gieltshelp.com and click that big red button. Students, I'm back tomorrow with more live IELTS, so subscribe to the channel. That's free, of course. And make sure to get our schedules and notifications. Hit that bell button. Thank you, Carolina, for your moderating. Thank you, all of our members, for your support. And thank you to all of our subscribers. I hope to see you tomorrow. You're all beautiful people in many different parts around the world. Chin up. Keep studying. Use that beautiful brain of yours. I'm Adrian. I'm signing out from Victoria, Canada for now. I will see you tomorrow. Much love. Bye.